Did you know that love can make you crazy? Like it can literally make you crazy, like insane, like mentally unstable. For example, this woman right here, Aja Rita Berliner Mauer, she literally married the Berlin Wall. When she was 7 years old, she was fascinated the first time she ever saw the Berlin Wall. And she made it her dying, or not dying, but this passion. She made it this passion of hers that she wanted to marry this wall. And so ultimately she did. She legally married the wall. She changed her last name. That last name there, the Ritter Berliner Mauer, is actually some form of, Berlin Wall in a different language or something like that. But she married the wall. And when they tore down the Berlin Wall, she wept. She cried and was quoted as saying that they are literally murdering my husband. Crazy, right? This gentleman right here, Shadil Defi, he was planning on marrying his beautiful bride, Sarinya Kamsuk. And regretfully, Sarinya Kamsuk passed away prior to them being able to officially get married. Well, Shadil Defi did not allow death to get in the way of his love for his bride. And ultimately, he had a wedding slash funeral and put the ring on his dead wife's body as he married her postpartum. Love can make you crazy, like absolutely crazy. And I appreciate the romantic gesture of what my man did there, Shadil Diffie. However, that would be a kind of an do you bring a gift to a wedding like that? Like, I don't know. It's a little bit crazy. My man Dazrath Manji. This man here was married to his beautiful bride who he loved desperately and deeply loved his bride. She got sick, or she actually fell. She fell off of a cliff and she got hurt. And where they lived in this small village, they didn't have access to medical facilities. They didn't have access to the hospital, which was a village over the top of a mountain. And so after her death, my man Dazrath Manji spent the next 22 years literally moving the mountain in her name so that people from his village could ultimately seek medical treatment when they needed to. He manually, by himself, carved a path in this mountain that was 30 feet wide and 400 feet long so that people could get medical treatment. Love will make you crazy. He was quoted as saying he did it all for the love of his bride that he had lost. Now, see, love can make you crazy. However, don't get it twisted. Like, crazy can be good. It can be really good if channeled towards success. I mean, if you think about the lives that will be saved by what this man's crazy did, by him literally moving a mountain, he has opened up medical treatments and facilities for thousands of people forever moving forward. So when channeled properly, this love, this passion, this fuel, this thing that can literally alter the way our mind and body reacts and acts, if channeled properly, can be the most powerful force on the planet. You see, being crazy does a couple things for you. Being crazy allows you to challenge the word no. You remember, don't you? You remember the first time that you were chasing that guy or you were chasing that girl and they were telling you maybe no, or you were getting, some mixed signals and you're like, no, I'm not accepting that. I will not accept no. I will pursue you. I will seek you. I will track you down. You will be mine. Right? Now, when it comes to other things in life, we'll be trying to sell a car. Somebody tells us no. We're like, okay, no. Well, they said no. They said they don't want it. They said they don't want my product. They said they're not going to buy it. They don't want to. They don't want to thrive. They don't want to switch from the coffee and go to the thrive. They don't want to live a healthier life. They said no, and we stop. But yet, when it comes to something we love, we'll take those no's and we just fire right through like a crazy person. See, being crazy allows you to challenge the word no. Being crazy also allows you to be relentlessly optimistic. You guys all remember, if you've ever seen the movie Dumb and Dumber, Miss Jim Carrey is pursuing this beautiful woman that is far out of his league. And she's far out of his league. And when he asks her if there's a chance, she runs through this list of a million things that if that hell came on earth and ice and fire, and she lists off all of these things. And when she gets done, he says, "So you're saying there's a chance." So you're saying there's a chance. You see, when you love something passionately, when you take that crazy that only love can create, it allows you to be relentlessly optimistic, even in the face of negativity. Now, in other aspects and areas of life, if we don't have that passion, then that optimism drifts. That optimism falls. Well, there's no way. I'm not going to be able to accomplish that. It's not possible. And we fall off. You see, you have to understand something about human beings in general. You see, success is not a natural state for humans. Did you realize that? Studies have shown that only 8% of the population reports achieving their goals. Only 8%. That means right now you have 112 people in the room watching live right now on hashtag Rise and Grind. That means that only 9 or 10, check my math this morning, 9 or 10 of you that are watching right now are going to actually be able to achieve your goals here in 2020. Success is not a natural state. It's something that you have to work towards. It's something that you have to continue every day to relentlessly break through the no's. It's something that you have to continue every day to be relentlessly optimistic about. It's something that needs the fuel to be able to persevere, to push through, and to achieve what you want to achieve in life. And I'm here to tell you today, Monday, February 10th, 2020, that there is no stronger fuel than love. You see, Steve Jobs was quoted as saying, "Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of the rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. But the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius, because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do." There's a gentleman, there is a gentleman, where is that slide? There he is. There's a gentleman named Sir Frank Whittle. And Sir Frank Whittle was 22 years old when he thought to use gas in an airplane. You see, prior to Sir Frank Whittle, most people were under the impression that the alveoli was the only way that they could ultimately use an engine in an airplane. For those of you that don't know what an alveoli is, it's also known as the hero's engine, basically a simple bladeless radial steam turbine. So steam was used to spin and propel the blades, which ultimately was able to get this plane in flight. But my man, Sir Frank Whittle, had a different idea. He thought if we could use gas on an airplane, we could propel this thing forward at incredible speeds and take it over incredible distances. Now, interestingly enough, Sir Frank Whittle at 22, he brought this to people. He tried to get funding. He tried to get people to support him. He tried to get people behind this idea that we could actually use kerosene, a mixture of kerosene in a combustible chamber to propel a plane forward. And they all told him he was crazy. They said, "Sir, you're crazy. We're not putting a burning fuel on a plane up in the air. Are you nuts?" For 8 years, 8 long years, Sir Frank Whittle continuously by himself, to the point where people just thought he was nuts, continued to pursue this thing called jet propulsion, to be able to create a jet engine that would run on fuel. In 1930, 8 years later, he got his first patent. He got a patent for this jet engine. And then 9 years after that, he finally got funding. And ultimately in 1940, they started putting jet engines in planes. Now think about that. Think about that. 8 years of crazy, relentless pursuit of his dream solo. Another 9 years, even after discovering the patent. Even after discovering that it was possible, even after proving of concept, it took him another 9 years before somebody would finally support him financially to where he could make his dreams come true. That's 17 years. What fueled him that 17 years? His love. His love and his passion and his pursuit. You see, the technology nowadays, thanks to Sir Frank Whittle, that technology nowadays propels people all over the world. I mean, it literally changed the way that we travel today. It changed the way that we protect our country and the citizens of others. It changed our communications and our shippings and our ability to connect as a planet. You see, this man's love and passion completely changed the world. Now, in order for his engines to work, in order for these jet engines, for these planes, for all of this stuff, in order for them to take off, in order for them to be able to continue to fly, they required fuel. They required gas in the tank in order to make the engine run. The same is true for you. And there is no stronger fuel than love. Love is the most powerful fuel on the planet. So what I want to challenge you this week, what I want to challenge you today, is I want you to find that passion and step into it. What is it that you love? What is it that uniquely makes you you? What is that fuel that you can burn so hot and so hard that it's going to propel you to go out there and make a massive impact on this planet? They say that one person can't change the world, but I disagree. I see it over and over as I study success. I see single humans using the power of love to change this planet forever. It happens every single day. And you can do the same. You know how I know? Because you, my friend, are a child of God. The God of the universe, the God that made everything, made you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And in your uniqueness, God has created, He's wired you with this ability to love passionately, to crazily seek and pursue your dreams, your story, your impact. And I know you're making good decisions towards that. You're watching #Rise and Grind. You're getting up early. You're doing the morning 5. You're smiling and challenging yourself. You're developing to higher levels of awareness and impact. And it's powerful. I want you to know that today, these decisions you're making, they're not small. They're not minuscule. They're making an impact on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. It's making an impact on me. And I, for one, absolutely stinking love you for it. I do. Absolutely stinking love you.